Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a match between Hyuk and Sharp here on Blue Storm. It's from Caster Muse's Star League Season 3. Got these replays from RJB. He recommended this group especially. So let's go ahead and introduce the players. I got a red Terran player. It is Sharp. A lot of Sharp lately on the channel, but that's okay because he's an excellent Terran player. And in the top right, we have Hyuk, a blue Zerg player. Spam and 400 APM are both of these players. Blue Storm is a super duper weird map. Right? Right. And again, thank you for Caster Muse. Thank you to Caster Muse for letting me cast these games. He's got a premier tournament coming up. It's on his Wikipedia page. It's going to be happening in August. And if you want to support Caster Muse, there are links in the description to do so. All right. Scouting out for proxies is this Terry the Overlord. Yes, I know you were awake last night. I can see your red eyes. Man, you need to stop drinking coffee before bed. Overpooling is Hyuk and Sharp. Throwing down a barracks. Here at a minute and 28 seconds. So yeah, nothing crazy here. Kakaro hanging out. Otherwise, everything's fine. Very standard ZVT opening here. Again, RGB recommended the games in this group in particular, so got a couple more coming for you over the next couple of days here, featuring the player Noob, which is a lot of fun. And yeah, blocking the expansion attempt. I mean, this is like, oh, he's doing the NGA block too. So annoying. But hey, that's why we went for the overpull. Although if you went hatch first, you wouldn't have to worry about the NGA block. So it's this like two-edged, double-edged sword here. Annoying. And the block is real. Like, you don't have a place you can just take a third. Oh, he killed a drone too. So, all of a sudden, I feel like Hyuk's in a lot of trouble. His second base is delayed immensely. He lost a drone. Oh, get him. Get him. And the Lings are like, nah, you know what? Second bases are for chumps. We're going to let this drone take down the engineering bay. It'll take him another, 10 seconds or so. And pow. Okay, so SCV dies, one drone dies. What are we here to defend with? Well, there's a command center on the wall. Then a Marine behind it, and some SCVs pulled, and 2 Marines now. So this is some aggressive play, but Sharp should be fine. And finally, the natural hatchery starts coming up here from Hyuk. So the Lings are like, we want to try to do this. Man, he's trying to force his way in. Killing the SCV, building this command center would be pretty hot stuff, but, SCV's roving around. Sometimes it's outside, sometimes it's inside, sometimes it's not hittable by anything because it's inside of the building that it's constructing. Ooh, jump on it, jump on it. Jump on it. He wants to, but he's like, there's 3 Marines back there. I'll probably use a couple Lings. Every Ling alive right now is good. He's getting metabolic boost now after the Lair's been started upgrade for a while. This is really weird to see a player go for the Lair upgrade. Like, it's halfway done, and his second base isn't even complete yet. So, Sharp has he wants it. He wants this SCV, but he's not going to be able to get it here. It's almost done building anyway. And there's 5 Marines back here now. So, if nothing else, we're kind of accidentally or purposefully scouting how many Marines Sharp has produced so far. So not just opening up mech. That's the information you have at this point. Is not opening up mech. Definitely going to be some Marine medic style attacks coming in your future. As you don't know about this academy, but it's definitely in production anyways. And Hyuk's a good enough player. He's, he's reading it. He knows what's up here. Finally, his second base finishes. And you probably want a third base? So Ling's kind of like, all right, come through here, single file Marines. I'll attack you. I'll attack you right in the face. Lurker aspect on the way. Love that. Yeah, so not opening with that Spire play. Well, Lurkers instead. I'm kind of a fan of this. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm terrible with mutas. When I try to use mutalisks, they die real fast because they're squishy and I can't control them super duper well. But, But lurkers I like, because you plant them, and then they go, brah. And it's like, no micro involved. I mean, there definitely is some micro involved. Definitely some of that stuff, y'all. Alright, so, man, this is an interesting spot to place your lings. There's a bunker to fall back to, though. So, I mean, wow, that's a lot more lings coming. So, this is an attempt to kind of just win right here. Oh, he goes for... I thought he was going to jump on that stuff. He goes for a run-by for the most part, but fire bats are out, so, like, are there more lings coming? Oh, yeah, if he can get the stim upgrade, he can't. Definitely not. Fire bat goes down, but SCVs are pretty good fighters. These lings are cleared out. There's no really reinforcing lings coming in, but there are some lurker eggs just outside here. We're going to start walking lurkers in here sooner rather than later, which is why having ComSat stations is a big deal. So that ComSat station just used to scan. This one is coming up. It will have 50 energy when it pops. So scan will be available here, plus an engineering bay just finished, so we can make, you know, turrets for permanent detection purposes. All right, ComSat's up. You're not going to scan or anything because you're worried about lurkers. If mutas haven't showed up by now, then you're like, okay, it's probably lurks. So you're going to build some turrets anyway because turrets are good against mutalisks and detection against the lurkers. And yeah, coming down, I like it. Just kind of like parking right here. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Just casually lurkers up. Not enough Marines to really jump on this, even if you can see them. Ah, that's what I'm... Oh, they got one, though. Got one, though. Got one, though. Zerglings jumping in. Lurker needs to burrow and participate here. And understand that he kind of wanted to find a perfect spot for him, but that bunker goes down. The missile turret's going to go down. The ComSat station's going to die. The firebat can't do anything about this lurker because it's a melee unit. And suddenly, the aggression here is kind of working out from Hyuk. It's 21 to 12 workers, though. If the Terran can hold on, if the Terran can avoid losing this base entirely... then I think Sharp's going to be in a decent place, but this is definitely some aggressive play here in Castermew's Star League Season 3. Yeah, it has to lift off the command center. That's 23 to 17 workers. Been droning up a little bit here, making more lurkers. I mean, this isn't a super heavy committal to winning, but you know, if you're a 2-basing Zerg with decent saturation, which he's getting there against a 1-basing Terran, well, Sharp's in a lot of trouble. He's making a factory now. He's like, all right, look, I'm going to get siege tanks to deal with these lurks. Should really shut that down. Tanks, yeah, once the tanks start rolling out, then all of a sudden the lurkers are like, oh, an Aspire transition. Off of 2 base, Hyuk, you madman. You gotta get a 3rd base, though. I see you. I see you. You're a 3rd base drone. That is your name. That lurker gets surrounded and picked off, gets a few kills, too. Okay, so we've reestablished the natural base is safe. So let's maybe... Oh, but he's building a ComSat station here, which means if the command center's not connected to it, he can't use it as ComSat. What a weird choice. What an honestly very weird choice for him to build a ComSat station right here. I guess maybe he felt like he needed it. Man. Like, maybe he's like, okay, there's more lurkers. I'm going to scan and see what's out there, and I need a ComSat station now, so let's do it. And finally, a 2nd base lands. There you go. 3rd base coming in bottom right here from Hyuk. It's 28 to 23 workers. The vast worker discrepancy that existed for a while there is now kind of catching up here for the Zerg. And he's saving up money for some Mutalisks. You can make about 5 of them here. He's got Overlords on the way, too. No. It's going to be supply blocked here if he's not careful. Hyuk. Hyuk. Queen's Nest is on the way, so I mean, what? Are we trying to go ultras? Is this like lurker, mutalisk? Oh, it's just for Scourge. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Yeah, and there's your hive. So Scourge to deal with the science vessel is going to use ultras to tank the damage from the Marines, because this looks like it's going to be... Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? Siege tank, but... I don't know. We're kind of in between right now, aren't you? Aren't you, Sharp? We've got 2 barracks, a factory, a science facility, and a starport. So it could be some like marine tank stuff with the support of science vessels. That'd be neat. Scourge here. Lurkers on the high ground. Hydra's out for more lurker stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Evolution chamber? Evolution chamber. Okay. So once we start seeing upgrades, we're going to feel pretty good about this. But man, it's 57 to 38 supply in favor of Sharp. His armor value is so much bigger, but it's all just sitting here. He's waiting. I don't know if he's waiting for Mutalisks to come in. And that's why he's keeping these Marines and medics at home or what. But this is really giving Hyuk a lot of time to drone up. Take this third base. It's entirely exposed. I don't think that Hyuk could defend it if an army showed up to kill it by any stretch. But these little lurkers high ground, lurkers here. Scourge patrolling this right side in case a drop heads over this way. I like that, actually. That's a smart play from Hyuk for show. But yeah, getting siege mode. And now, get an upgrade. Okay, ground carapace. That doesn't tell us anything. That could be for more lurkers and hiders and stuff. And the fact that he's not throwing down an Ultralisk Cavern or anything, it's Adrenal. Okay. All right. I mean, look, you don't really need attack upgrades all that much if you're giving them Adrenal. It increases their damage output by so much already. It's like more than giving them +1 or +2 would do. So fair enough. Also getting Unitas Canal to reinforce the third base as necessary if an attack shows up there. And the Defiler mount. So now the Zerg player has the tools to defend this third base. He didn't for a while there, but Sharp didn't threaten it. Didn't really push it either. But yeah, tanks, Marines, medics, science vessels for detection. The time of the lurker is gone. Go. Consume's on the way. Defiler's coming in. And it's going to be slow push is the thing. Like, Hyuk's not going to be like, all right, I'm going all the way home now. Do what you want. Like, you fire on a lurker and it's going to move, or it just might get obliterated too. That's a possibility as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is 3 siege tanks sieged up. You could jump on them if they're unsieged and they're running in here, but the Marines are escorting them pretty effectively. It's only 1 science vessel, but look at him keeping the science vessel close to the Marines. That's what you want to be doing here. Run, flee from before the siege tanks. Consume, buy time, irradiate's on the way here too. That's almost done. Oh, Ling Lurker sneaking up this left side, heading down maybe. An alternate attack path to try to come down here and get some damage done while the army's out of position. It is 91 to 69 supply, and the worker count's about the same, so the army value is insane. Nice irradiate on that Defiler. I mean, might as well toss down a Dark Swarm. That's a Dark Swarm up. 2 Dark Swarms up before it expires. That's about as good as it can do. So yeah, there's a couple lurkers in here. It's kind of a lot for 2 lurkers, but like, you know, you do what you gotta do here. Meanwhile, an attack is coming in. Sunk in a pretty decent early line of defense here, but you gotta bring some reinforcements in from that Nidus Canal. This group does make it down here. Get some nice lurker spines off. Science Vessel here to shut that down. And yeah, he doesn't even need the Nidus. He's got units in position to handle it. Ugh, that's a bad Ling engagement for sure. Get out of there, Hyuk. Get on out. Run back. Pull back. Wait for Defilers. Wait for the Dark Swarm to do some stuff. Plague's coming in too. Do you want to catch a Plague? No, we're just going to Dark Swarm. So this attack path is not really usable for the time being. Dark Swarm lasts for a while. So Sharp's going to head down and maybe try to wipe out this third base if he possibly can. Is he irradiating these guys or just spawning for him? Like, bring a siege tank in. Shut these lurkers down. Yeah, there you go. Oh, the Dark Swarm right on this choke is so good. Ah, Adrenal Lings on top of these siege tanks too, but very smartly bringing them out and loses one of the tanks, but could have been worse. Could have been worse if he stood in there. 166 supply now in favor of the Terran. And again, it's easy to get a lot of supply as Terran when you're going for this multi-rack stuff, because Marines are cheap and 1 supply each and pretty tanky, pretty easy to keep them alive. Oh, unless they get plagued. Oh, these guys get plagued too? Where did he sneak that plague in from? Dude, is everything here plagued? I think everything here is, not everything here is plagued. A lot of the things here are plagued. Oops, Overlords, fare thee well. We hardly knew ye. And yeah, siege tank. Another Dark Swarm up. Another Plague goes down. Another Dark Swarm here would be pretty amazing. No, why do you have hiders in the mix at all? I don't know. This push pretty good. I'm liking what we're seeing here from Sharp. He's still up 102 to 58 supply. He basically has double what the Zerg player has right now. And now we're seeing an Ultralisk Cavern. So he's like, all right, now we're going to attack into Ultras. We're working on, yeah, the melee attack upgrades with the Adrenal on the Lings is going to be really, really good here. Lings in decent numbers. Like, cost for cost, Zerglings would do pretty well versus an army like this, but it's pretty rare to have that many Zerglings. They're usually working with lurkers and gets the Dark Swarm up. Beautiful retreat there by Sharp. It's usually Lings and Ultralisks, or Lings and Lurkers, or Lings and Mutas, right? Seems smart. Yeah, little just groups up here trying to see if there's a 4th base on the way from the Zerg player at all. We're 2 bases in for Sharp. Maybe going to take a 3rd base here, but kind of hard. Oh, there we go. He's landing a 3rd base here. Minerals only expand, which is pretty fine too. Working on more fire bats, recognizing we're pretty Ling heavy for Hyuk right now, so more fire bats are going to be better. These little just Dark Swarm traps, though. Again, tossing down plagues wherever. These poor medics are just going to get drained of all of their energy here sooner rather than later. This is a really good game. Really nice little dance back and forth we've got here. Hyuk kind of teetering on the edge, I feel like. There's going to be a time he's not going to be ready for this army to move in and wipe something out. He won't get a Dark Swarm ready. He won't have army in position to deal with it. Oh, this Lurker trap, though. Oh, my gosh. Against Plague Marines, they're extra super good. It's almost hard to tell because they kill Marines so quickly anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's just handfuls of Lings running around. Chitin is plating on the way. Like that very much. I wonder if this is like gonna... He's just been scanning, though. He's got to know there's an Ultralisk cavern out. And if you have enough Marines, the Ultras can't do a whole lot if there's really only a couple of them, especially. Takes about 8,000 hits from a Marine's Gauss rifle to... Is that what it is? It's not even our guy. Gauss rifle, yeah. 1,000 million hits from a Gauss rifle to kill an Ultralisk. But if they're stimmed and they shoot really quickly, and there's a whole bunch of them, that does add up pretty quickly. Scourge trying to make connections. We're seeing the Scourge really lose it here. Yeah, that was... Okay, one connection. One connection is probably as fair as it's going to be for that situation. The Terran gets a kill, and the Zerg gets a hit. Top left coming up here. That's an interesting 4th base location. It's fine, I guess. Here from Sharp, and then expanding here for a 4th base, just like right next door to where the Terran lives. Is what Hyuk's going for. It's a race to save it, but the Defilers are slow, and Sharp's gonna shut this sucker down. Yeah, I don't think you can save it. Yeah, canceled, and then the drone was massacred. Okay, that was awesome stuff. That was great. Now, this Mutalisk is like, where are these? Where are these plagued science vessels that I can kill? That's why we have one Mutalisk out today. And not enough to handle this group of Marines down here denying this 4th base. That's pretty fantastic. I think Sharp has been in the lead for a while here and is continuing to look like he's got this thing well in hand. Oh, he's throwing down spider mines too, so it's not like I don't think he's not transitioning entirely into mech here. But he is, you know, getting spider mines, getting some vultures out, throwing down spider mines in random places, which is really good against Ling Ultra. And something that Terran players, you can add to your composition as well. If you love the style of the Marine Fire Bat, Science Vessel Medic stuff, it's fast, it hits hard, it's pretty awesome. But you struggle against Ling Ultralisk in the later game, just make a factory. You already have one. But, you know, research Widow Mines, get a couple vultures out, and throw Widow Mines everywhere. It helps so much. Helps so much. Yeah, 4 Ultralisks on the way. There's already 1 out. 3 out, actually. This is a lot of Ultralisks, to tell you the truth. They've got 5 armor. They're working on that 6th armor, which is really good, because again, Marines, even if they have their attack upgrades, only do 9 attack. And if 6 of that is being negated, that's 3. That's 3 damage on an Ultralisk. That's 400 HP. Yeah, see, Spider Mine hits. Irradiates. All these things. Sharp knows what's up. Oh, gosh, the Spider Mines, though. Oh, my gosh, the Spider Mines, though. Okay, then that is that it? I feel like that might just kind of be it here. If Hyuk can win this thing, it's going to be an insane comeback today. Like crazy go nuts impact. Oh, this base is canceled too, and the top left is running happily for Sharp. Spider Mine hits are insane. Get in the bunker, Shinji. Oh, it's full. All right, so look, it's 2 ultras. It's a little bit scary, but look. There's an irradiate, there's a bunker. They took Spider Mine hits on the way in. I think a Radiate killed that Marine, actually. Oh, there was a drop down here. All right, drop down. I thought that... I'm sorry. I thought that was like a science facility that was flying out for scouting purposes. Missed a bit of a drop. Knocks Hyuk down to 37 total drones. And yeah, I think Sharp just got this thing well in hand. Economically, especially. Zerg players on 3 bases, this is over. This is over. Like, hit that like button. If you enjoyed the game, if you're a Sharp fan, you probably did. There was one Ultra just irradiated. Not happening. Killed a bunch of stuff. Look, irradiated Ultras are taking damage, but they're also doing biological damage to enemies they're attacking, which is neat. But also damage to their friends, too. These poor little lings. Just not gonna happen. And sure, you could do some damage at this base, pull the SCVs out, deny some mining for a while there. That's great. But it's 133 to 82 total supply, and once again, Hyuk is here asking for a 4th base, and once again, it's scouted by Sharp, and he's not even really moving to kill it right now. He wants this Ultralisk to die, and by golly, it does, even with its 6 armor. The battle cruisers are here! The battle cruisers, and this is the final step of this transition, is a battle cruisers. So yeah, just weird, kind of hybrid-y style, right? He irradiates the tank so it does biological damage as it's getting attacked by the lings. Hyuk's like, all right, this is me. I'm like, all right, I know I'm down big to my Terran opponent. Run the lings across the map and try to kill what you can. Oh, that didn't go well at all. All right, I guess that's a GG for me. And then unload with the drop stuff. Yeah. Hey, caramba. All right. Well, yep, I think Hyuk is a dead man. I think just sending one Ultralisk in is just like, but for what? But for what? Yeah, they're dead. Okay, so that's, I mean, look, man. Hyuk is good. Dead in Zola, deader than dead. Plagues are good. The battle cruisers. Slow attack speed, but, you know, big bursty hits. Doing 25 damage per shot against an Ultralisk where, you know, some armors are getting knocked off. 6. That's still 20 damage per swing. That's great. More Ultras and Lings up here at the top, and dude. Hyuk can't win this thing, right? Am I that off in my analysis of this game? I kind of feel like Hyuk can't win this game. The Ultras just are not getting nearly enough done for them to be worth what they cost today. Yeah, Scourge, no. Beautiful, moving these things back. Scourge not connecting. I don't know that I've seen Scourge kill a science vessel today. In fairness, I haven't been everywhere, and I've probably missed some time Scourge were trying it, and that's it. Hyuk leaves the game, and Sharp is your winner here in 23 minutes and 9 seconds. And kind of wants to stay in the game for a minute, and then he's like, that's enough. I got the win. I'm just going to call it a day there. And he is not wrong to do so. So, well done. Oh, amazing. Great TVZ there from Sharp. Fantastic display of how to play TVZ against Zerg. How many racks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 racks. 8 racks, 1 factory, 2 starports, and widow mines and vultures and battle cruisers and firebats and marines and medics and science vessels and a little bit of a hybrid strategy here, right? Right. And 3-2 upgrades on the Marines. Got plagued, dealt with Ultralisks, and still standing. Made a lot of good trades here. And the early gambit here by Hyuk did not pay off. Put him behind. Couldn't get a 4th base ever in this game. And that cemented it for Sharp. All right, what do we got here? 128,000 points and 109,000 points. See how they were both paying blue in this game? I was able to change it to red versus blue, and thank goodness for that, because units killed 353 to 185 in favor of the Terran. Did actually outproduce the Terran going 8 racks. That's actually fairly impressive. Lot of lings from Hyuk is how you do that. And then minerals mined here, more from Sharp, and did outspend the Terran by about 4,000, but Just made such terrible trades over and over and over again there, did Hyuk, and it was just not a good time, not by any stretch. So GG, well done by Sharp. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.